September the 6th, 2015. Checking out the moon hologram and more closer nucleus. It's 6 a.m. You can see the illusion of the moon being an orb. If this comes out, it's visible right at this focal length. Even if I go back farther, it's visible there. The farther back I go, the more it's obvious that the top part, which makes it appear round when it's full moon, is an illusion, and it's not a dark side of the moon. That's just the orbs creating an illusion that there's more to it than what appears to be there now. It's bright and having a glow. I go closer, you can still see it, hopefully. What you also see is the appearance of that X, meaning that the orb cluster nucleus of the moon hologram has gotten so bright in terms of light intensity and the energy output that the orbs are making by increasing their frequency level, that see how it pulses? It's because it doesn't like to be filmed. Okay, so that's because it's going to get so much energy that one day that'll be a star. And we're going to have to remove this down. Turn it off. Okay. Hopefully this will be an okay position. The moon is the moon hologram is straight above my head. It's not going to be easy to get a good image, but I want to show that structure there, right there. Took some photos of it earlier. There's a whole bunch of structures on the top. And on the bottom That's a big orb right there on the bottom. A bunch of them, but that one is big, and there's a ring with a big orb. That's that thing I showed in a photo, but here it's not glowing. You can see the big orb with the ring of orbs attached to it. I have a picture of that out in space when it's glowing. Okay. There's a few orbs there with rings or orbs attached to them. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3 large orbs with rings attached to them. This one over here is just by itself. Almost they're just too bright to see. Maybe they're on. Okay, but this one you can definitely see right there. And then the structure. And then there's another orb. And another orb on top of it. And a whole bunch of orbs all over the dark matter part. You can just see them all over in the background. They're everywhere. They make up the moon hologram as well. It's just that they're lit up and they're forming this illusion. Okay, but there's a purpose to it. All of this has a purpose. Nothing that they do is for fun or recreation or just because they have nothing else to do. Everything they do has a purpose. Okay, and there's a whole lot of them. Okay, yeah. You see that area there? They're creating that hologram. Okay, so there's no shortage of them. No matter where you go. Okay, everything is like that. Even the moon hologram, except that there's an illusion of a structure and you know, the whole thing. But it's just these things. And when you get close enough to it, that's what it looks like. Okay. You can see when I back up how many there are, and that everything is like that. Okay. See? Everything is like that. You can see right there the tremendous velocity that they're moving at. And you can see that the moon hologram is really a hologram. It's like everything is a hologram, and those things are just like pixels. It's like the whole sky is just a bunch of these electromagnetic pixels, and everything else is a hologram. And you can see how fast the motion is. Everything is counterclockwise, all the motion. In the moon hologram, outside the moon hologram, all the sky, every star in the sky, in space, all over, everything moves counterclockwise. And you can see right there just how many dark matter, intelligent orbs are composing the entire thing, and the velocity that they do it at. And it's just like almost like a computer program, and these things being pixels, because it's electromagnetic energy with intelligence. It's almost like a program. And it's creating these images. In fact, they're like illusions. And yet they're not illusions. I mean, these things can kill you if they were to fall down on top of the earth or something, or anything. That's what they believe, and that's what happens. Our program ends when that happens. But anyway, that aside, you can see that at least the moon is not what it seems to be, or what we've been told it is. It's rather a hologram made up of orbs, which are intelligent energy. See, going too far, right there. That X, and also the round part there on top, which is supposed to be the other part of the moon. Wow, as you can see, it's just empty space. There's nothing there except the holographic impression or expression, or a hologram, three-dimensional hologram in three-dimensional space. And that X, that's not a good sign. It means the thing is producing a lot of energy, and the orbs are highly active, and there's a lot of different nuclei that are highly active, and those orbs revolving around them are going at light speed or faster around the nuclei, and they're creating a great deal of energy. And that's why I have that X, because it's going to get brighter and more energy in it, and it's going to eventually pop, and will cause it to turn into a star, because it will start a reaction, which will be a nuclear reaction. And it will be fusion, and that will cause it to become a star. I'm moving this now by hand because it's so high above my head and straight up that the stand can no longer support filming it. So I have one more look at that structure. Make sure it's really there. Look at that big orb right there in the foreground. It's a whole cluster of those orbs having those rings. The rings are just around the cluster. They mark like their cluster. So when they unwind in space, they can have a long tail, or if they go in a straight line, it could be a long one. There's that tall structure. That's really a tall structure. Could be 100 miles or so. Those are orbs. They make structures out of their own bodies. And then up here, more big orbs. Also right on the tip on top. Okay, I'm going to call it quits. Let you watch some dark matter. Hopefully the thing on tip, because I have it in a precarious position. Okay, so there sure are a lot of orbs up there, and there's many more of them than the pixels in this camera per square inch, because they can be in all sizes, some smaller than subatomic particles, and others larger than stars, because it's they that create the stars. And I have photos to show exactly what creates stars, because these things are going through very large organisms, and they have a shape and a form, and they look like a large spider, and they're highly intelligent. And the stars are the egg sacs of like trillions upon trillions upon trillions of these things. And they glow because they move around inside the egg sac, and that's the star. So So, because they move so fast, the star glows. Because the movement counterclockwise inside creates so much heat that it becomes a nuclear furnace. But these things exist in that kind of environment. And then when you have a star explode, like a nova or a supernova, that's not the death of a star. That's the birth of these things, because they just get blown out all over and expand the universe even more. They create new stars elsewhere, even in the same place where the old one was. It just takes a long time in terms of us not having long lifespans. But these things can live a long time. Anyway, there's enough of them being created by the millisecond to replace any of them that may die or get killed or meet with an unfortunate end to an accident or something, because they move through space faster than the speed of light, because they start off as light, because they're light energy that's intelligent, and it's electromagnetic energy, and the entire universe is made out of them. Therefore the universe is electromagnetically charged, and since these are cluster organisms, the universe with all its dimensions and all the stars and all the star clusters and all the everything else in the universe that we know about, you know, like galaxies and things like that. Everything is subject to electromagnetic energy, since that's what drives the universe forward in its evolution. And then these cluster organisms unite the whole thing, because they form a single entity from everything as they cluster. So all the dimensions and everything in the universe becomes a singularity, because it's just one big organism, which includes all these parts that I've just mentioned. And here's what they're all made of. Everything is made out of them. Okay, it's daylight, so I'm unable to film the moon right now, because I just can't get to that straight up level with a stand, and if I hold it, it'll shake too much, because I'll have to use too much zoom. So thank you for watching.